Etifu makwaba badela Likee TV Mr. Se nene da oba channel so hit adoma na me subscribe or like share ma wona pense me bi atie so nya binje jemre ni adaje munwura ensem ni mo na ne de ensem a etwagu no memfa emu ensem enyina emre mo na ya baroma atiefo se no timadi aka to se court case ho nsensem no de ahaya na openya na ahaya so ne de daily update ni nyina ebisi abramo na ensem be ne etwagu bobeka ya enche bia na MPP ni NDC see the majority seat na akodi NDC for side upon Babi Speaker of Parliament e declare ma assembly kupimo Supreme Court say no omuche mo NDC for no de betubiase officials in the betubiase ya kwese there has been parochial interest be a mass and political party be because Supreme Court na say MPP for no shouldn't interfere the Parliament case with the Supreme Court rules no. Womu chem say any kwan say womu Supreme Court no interfere Parliament affairs. Ya kwaye say time bia no because of people's interest bia oma paki Supreme Court judges na kogu ho nti asembia between the Parliament na no more calling for Supreme Court judges to interfere. Was because some of the majority na Gazano they are behind the MPP ninti bibia na ko Supreme Court and omuchem say entwaye na omo the warning strong ama judges for said they shouldn't interfere. Yes, they shouldn't interfere with Parliament affairs. Parliament for ni omulemu no moso omuni omulemu imungdom ninti nsamfo froswa etoaso.
It won't work. On the floor of Parliament, it won't work. The NDC remains majority. They won't change that. And the court cannot change that. The court does not have the power to change the reconstitution of Parliament.
It doesn't?
No. The court does not have that power. Parliament is a house of representation of the people. It is the people who will determine. When the court attempted to take away Kesi, didn't the people bring him back? So court does not have that power. You see, we must understand how this plays out in democracy so that we can all live within our limits. Otherwise, we will soon cause a constitutional crisis. I'm telling you, any interpretation that lends itself to absurdities cannot be said to be the spirit and the letter of the Constitution.
Right.
And so the argument being put forward by the MPP clearly lacks merit. And I think that the MPP, unfortunately, is using the Supreme Court to interfere with the works of Parliament. The MPP is using the Supreme Court to interfere with the independence of an organ of state. And I think that the Supreme Court must be very worried. And the Supreme Court must be careful not to cause what I think may likely be a constitutional crisis. You know, a democratic constitutional crisis. Otherwise, that is where we are getting to. Look, when you look at the issues that came to Parliament, what was the process? How can you even describe the Speaker having acted illegally? The Speaker acted constitutionally and within the limits of the law.
Meanwhile, Francis Xavier also added that the Speaker of Parliament can cite the Supreme Court for contempt for interfering in its operations.
What the judges are doing can, in appropriate circumstances, amount to contempt of Parliament. And Parliament can also activate its provisions because any act that obstructs the functioning of Parliament as an independent organ of state can amount to contempt of Parliament. Parliament can cite anyone for contempt of Parliament when Parliament is of the view that your conduct is obstructing the work of Parliament. You see, Parliament is actually the people's household. That is the power household. Parliament is the only place where it is the people who give us the mandate to be there. It doesn't look like the Supreme Court is dispensing justice really on behalf of the people. Because you know what? The people have a sense of justice. So when you read the R versus Sussex Justices, as per McCarthy, it says that justice must not only be done, but must be seen.
To be manifestly done.
Manifestly done. And so when the people are shocked. If I go everywhere today, churches, mosques, marketplaces, everybody is shocked. Everybody say, hey, we didn't know that the Supreme Court can be this swift.
Yeah.
We didn't know that the Supreme Court can actually convey people.
I've received 2 messages that
convey people on a Friday afternoon to make a quick determination. And people are shocked. Just recently, people had a cause to go on demonstration on the family values bills, complaining that justice is being delayed in the matter. What was the response? We can all go to Parliament to ensure that we'll consider the budget and the estimates for 2025. Otherwise, there will be anarchy.
Yes, ubadi ba fe. Amambunu bra na masese kan kogu ocean accounts. Kana for wonima sante bedi atuo sika wawia. Wonima sante bedi atuo wo mani sika wo mafon. Wo manya yatuo yal awa Ghana na asante bedi atuo ni gabi wo kire da akọ atumi de shop efa nsuo so befa oye de kwa brete koton. Na wo wi abaka jen sabi de yam pipini so me do me party masam so wo botam. Baby adunya party asemo. Baby adunya hwehwane mu biemo. Baby adunya fight ya mamada kana. Omana sai. Nana do bansaba no anka kire. Wose mama sa me be family and friends. Mama sa me be busua pan. And then nana kufuado. And neba atmi yalata at the Court Bank of Ghana. Akwa Jessica Wotedi. Abaya was one maso by your family and friends. And about way, some master me babomo chrono. Now, Dr. Mahmoud about we are a catcher said, one of you were innocent, we a pre-sent. Ghanaians, on the 7th of December, we are afraid, Pierre. When you fear do what can quite opportunities of Twapa. Ghana, Beye ya wodache ending this election. So when man Ghana Bejina, this is your life, where your character will be behind this election. So you to me as a samba we ya, or man Ghana Mukajusia end complete. Ghana, a city trust. Ghana, a kufuado of Ghana Assembly. And now what did me, yes, I want no me much. And now what my Ghana, the nurse and I bushia for big kind of Sikabasa. Producer, for some of the voice to Mammy and call. Young come mammy many time. You want to tell you were 1 hour pack, 1 hour swam upon. Why would person with see a program in what's not? What's happened to us who have 3 hours show and what's happening, bro. Me say one minor and you can't view. I could for the name at me Bogra Bank. I could rob bank. I could fucking a sika. Abaya was a one muscle of the boy chrono. Abaya was a one muscle of the Riaye. Abaya was a one muscle of the Tassia sika. And then another name met me Bogra Bank. I could register company. I could bank manager so I treat you. Sami papa sabu mami sikase. Mama sikana me bobu na tu. Hi! Family and friends.
Fuado. Ne mama miensa. Ka omo hu bo hu se. Omo bete ekuo company. Na ekuo no tie din na, e din no kra se kire no should let you know why omo tie ekuo no. Omo se ekuo ne de my sister's keepers. My sister's keepers. Just say omo sisters no. Omo ti ku a omo de be hwe omo ho. Omo de be boa omo ho brofo nyina de kire no no. Nti omo company name no no. Enti omo sori a omo papa ye mampanyi nti no. Asoye abanyuma sika wom no makọ yehia sika sei ye de kwa akoye yadwuma na omo age de omo de koye obi anim. Oma kwaso ye bebira kwaji sika. Na de
Ati from we intro kakra nyankopon ya doma 7 December na battery baso let peace be real slogan no yenso ye bom kai se ye nyina yemfo ye ho nyim nyem nyankopon paye enimo man gan se aba ye battery o masumdue emra abattery maye
ye wo ho krata ye de ba ye ni ho adanse aye mfa ma ye ho adanse aye de brew am wo hu ewu a ne ewudi a o mampenye Kufuor didi ye ne se Ghana Commercial Bank abusua Ghana yankasa ye bank when ye maame mo Ghana de hye bebire sika wo sa o mampenye Kufuor do ma miense ye o mate kuo my sister's keepers o makoho because of the fact some yo mampenye Kufuor do manti ye the Ghana Commercial Bank customers o musika 227,000 Ghana cedis tetisika no 2.2 billion Nya free Ghana Commercial. This is the check. Check I had ma omo no. Minim so boye mbehwe omo. I have the check here. And I have screenshot to da hono. It is in the name of my sister's keepers foundation. Sikanda down 227,000, 2.2 billion Ghana Commercial Bank. Eye hifo sika. Eye Ghana fo sika. Eye Ghana fo sika. Abusion we beka say oh, na company no krade na che say eye Kufuor do mane dia. Yasanso akọ registrar general ho na Ghana person ti company na NGO bia foundation bia ho na wo be kwa ye nkrata sem in the registrar general documents na producer fatu to screen so na we dey fili gadochi obi anhu bi my sister's company hwe year data yete no June 2017 na je say mo wo position no je say ama butim se mo betiku mo papa be di akonya January a June na amatiku mo tiku a mo de bejeje Ghana nyuma na Ghana fo sika. The company was not formed yet even before mampenye Kufuor be akonya enke beti ase, but it was only after June 2017 but my shareholders of my sister's keepers, directors and shareholders, and the bohono first name Edwina Akufuado omo aye shareholders and so your directors the otwaso Valerie Obazi mampenye Kufuor ne yere ne ba Akroma Akufuor mampenye Kufuor ne ba. They are the directors, secretary Akroma Akufuor omo na shareholders. Yeah, the Ghana Commercial Bank sika 2.2 billion amano. I mean we are what wo the MPP akentan so champion ata. And I will shout for more no wo je na wenya. Mampenye Kufuor mba. Sika bebrebe omo papa ne omo abusuafo anya no waba mu na nso omo na asanso akwaje Ghana Commercial Bank 2.2 billion. Wo de na wenya wo ye form of nana. Abusua enya
Where are Robin? Kufuor the family and friends. Nema Ebowura Ghana Commercial Bank. Ade ni papa ni akogro bank na fa Ghana sika nyina. Na wo de awato ani aka me de MPP ni bewu. Asante bedi atuam du pu Ghana. When Yankopon na twa na hwe no da life support so no. Me si asante bedi atu. Me say wadu pu Ghana no Yankopon bona to form ama na wada life support so. O man Ghana na da hona na hoko. Wa wo bedi Ghana bro. Ghana honhom ni ubeti. Wa wo se won fa Ghana nya he. Na bedi Ghana sika. Sesiam no ka say can go for the Washington DC hospital. Na mo ni the bank amunya hwe. Abusua no ejabetom na ejabeshi mu dwai. Papa na nkasa kwa wodi akura. Ghana honhom baba na twatwa san wako. Me se papa na nkasa so wodi akura na nanu mo Ghana. Wo baba na twatwa san na mamu ayende. Efie nwotwini. Abanya bobesia edi tokure da chanyina ema tokure ni nyina watafri mu manompa gbo mu nyina waposa ahwe na woda so nyina osa wodi oye champion ta na me de meka MPP asama ye twa me furu matum masa wo ye bogos sa wo ye krasini pa sa wo ye krasini a ka de MPP achi wo krasini ntina wo de MPP achi twa ho na party papa ana me no kase petro kwa yatu Petro, yato Petro. Abanya wasi wa amasi babo krono. Abanya wasi wa amasi bedi musika. And the dollar up 16, close to 17 Ghana. When you can a one city, when you average $1 makuma kosa do so. Yes, Mumian cannot crow. Mumian cannot crack. Sababi to so, Nakan and Mabumu company, dear. I bet it bitter so, near an animal company, dear. Said your Mahama bow, but what did your Mahama memo to try memo with one? Why am I winning young Sabu? Kamahama, the man 100%. But we need a good for the memo. Chrono, I'm robber, and the petrol, yes, I can. Now, what do you want to my form? What do you want to my form? More than a can of for. I dear Mogian say, young package because they say you're fairly. They say you're fairly, and you can of Fossy Canyanco. And you will be a Yabi, will be a Dibi, will be a Fumbi, will be a Bomutokro, will be a Sasago Palatankum. And the Woody Sikako Manga was wrong. Woody Sikaba Bretra, would you port on your budget? And it said, Yabana side, young Fango Palatankum, and the other kind of Fussikam, yellow Dunia de go Palatankum. Nana do Yabakato, my master Bobomo Chrono. Mama samba tasu musika. Ampua kufuado. Wa masaba boya krono. Ena krono a wo bone kana. Eso se dan. Ama wudwa wanu se ababi abobesiado do. Wo saso apanya kwache bese.
In less than 4 years, this government has spent more money than the MPP did in 8 years. And yet, they have little to show for it. Secondly, this government has borrowed more money than all previous governments put together did in 52 years. I ask, as all of us must ask, Sikano ewahi, Sikano ewahi, Sikano ewahi.
Wahuna asante bedi atu asese sikano sika wahina asante bedi atu ade akogwa abrotia to todan me de ka me kwa bedi atu konwu ka life support konwu oso onwu wa life support no mayen because gonna for bro
It must be some of the bro daily update TV so